Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are a little bit late into the FP1 broadcast, but whatever. Like right now, live, Alex Albon's car is under fire, which is a fucked up thing to happen to him at the start of this weekend. I was genuinely thinking he's gonna go back and get some points, but this is definitely not looking like a good start. It's a brake failure. We know that the Williams typically struggles with cooling issues. Brake cooling and engine cooling, the power unit cooling, but this time it seems to be the brake cooling issue for the Thai driver. This is as close to home as it gets, and technically his home Grand Prix, not his home Grand Prix, but like, you know, ethnicity wise, his home Grand Prix technically, and that's, it is what it is. Radio. Okay, yeah, and he's just said it on the radio that there's a little bit of a fire and nothing else is going on. Right now, the standings are Max Verstappen top of the time from Lewis Hamilton. There's very little difference between both of them. Both are running the hard tires. I think the goal of this session is to just find the balance and discover how the track has evolved or changed due to a little bit of rain, maybe lay a little bit of rubber. It is what it is, and that's really what it is. And we will see if Max Verstappen gets comfortable in the car. That's the goal for us, for me at least. I want to see the relative pace of RB21, of Max Verstappen's pace, and the McLaren's pace. Isaac Hadjar just went to the top of the timing sheets and puts a mega time between himself and Verstappen, 1.1. It's unbelievable. So if the Racing Bulls are competitive, then they can get in the way of the McLarens, and it's gonna be awesome. But let's see. So far, Max Verstappen is on a banker lap, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. And in free practice, if Max Verstappen is close, or let's say ahead of both of the McLaren drivers, then he's going to be on pole. And if he's on pole position, then he is going to win. So that's what we should be gunning for, because we want an exciting title fight. Let me just move OBS around a little bit. It could be slightly distracting for the viewers, whatever it is. Anyway, Max Verstappen just topped the timing sheets, not that far ahead from Isaac Hadjar. Charles Leclerc locking the fuck up. Yeah, he abandoned the lap. He's just locking it up. But it's the hard tire, so it doesn't really matter. He can just try again. Just keep getting those laps in. Had a few lockups. It is what it is. He abandoned the lap, though. But now let's see what... Lewis Hamilton tops the time sheets. I mean, this is obviously too early to tell. Right now, I don't think these are any of the race times or lap times are representative of the pace of the car or how comfortable the driver feels. But the two important drivers to look out for at this point is Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Norris is a bit wobbly, man. He's a bit wobbly. Oh yeah, he touched the barrier. He is touching the barrier. Ooh. So the reality is, Lando Norris just tapped the barriers in some corner. So that's a good sign. It means that he's going to, more mistakes are on the way for him and also Oscar Piastri. So that's definitely a positive sign, because this will keep the title fight alive. We want to see the title fight alive. Charles Leclerc runs wide somewhere. Whatever. Okay. Now Leclerc has started his new flying lap again. Fernando Alonso, second fastest time on the medium tires. The Aston Martin is struggling. I thought they're supposed to be quick here, because slow corners, traction zones, they're gonna be good. Lewis Hamilton gets out of the way of his teammate, and Leclerc is on a personal best first sector, which I assume is not that difficult to do because he fucked up the first lap. Where is Lando Norris right now? Lando Norris had a moment with the barrier, which means that it's a good thing. which means that more mistakes are on the way, and which means that we can have a good title fight for the remainder of the season. So far, it has been a snooze fest. So let's see if Lando Norris makes a few mistakes, if the pressure has got to him. Right now, he is sitting at the top of the timing sheets comfortably. But we will see the difference, how much of a difference Max Verstappen can make, how much he can close up to Lando Norris. So we'll see. Zhou Guanyu in the house. Yeah, nothing else. So who else? What else is happening? The Mercedes. I think the Mercedes are going to be good. I mean, better than what Ferrari is assuming, because in the Thursday press conference, Leclerc has said that it's a little bit warm around here, so they will be faster than Mercedes. But I don't think Mercedes will be slower than Ferrari. I think they will be on par with Ferrari, because it's not that hot. There has been rain, the wind temperature is low, the environment is much cooler, the soil is... Carlos Sainz tops the timing sheets in a Williams 133.3, while Alexander Albon retired from the session with a brake failure. So again, I mean, it seems that in Williams, you have to have one... Like, you cannot have a completely good weekend. Like, those are very rare for Williams. This is what I have observed for many years. Yeah, so that's the reality of Williams, because when Williams, earlier, they will have one driver who constantly destroys the car and the other driver will be decent. Or if both of the drivers were decent and brought the car home safely, then they will be at the back of the grid and the car will be shit, so it wouldn't matter. So, like, that's that. Max Verstappen is on his new flying lap. Oscar Piastri now tops the timing sheets, marginally ahead of Carlos Sainz. This is something that I did not expect. Not about the pace of the McLaren, not about the pace of the Williams, but I am very much focused on the pace of Max Verstappen and the pace of Lewis Hamilton, because Lewis Hamilton is still grieving. Holy shit, oh, Verstappen is slightly slower. Fernando Alonso tops the timing sheet in a medium tire, which is understandable. This is still too early. Drivers are still finding the balance, but morning shows the day. So we will see how much improvement Max Verstappen is making. This is, I think, his second flying lap that I know of. I mean, I missed the first 5 to 7 minutes of the session because life, I mean, it's a Friday and I have to do my job, and then only I can come and do the live stream. So after that, I'll be doing the FP2 live stream. Nobody's gonna join, but I have to say it because I'm a professional. I have to say that because Max Verstappen is on a personal best, but he is a bit slower than Fernando Alonso. Fernando did the lap on medium tires, so that kind of makes sense. And also the Aston Martin is quick in high traction zones, slow corners, like exiting slow areas. Now Verstappen, the second fastest lap. Oh my God, he's 4/10 down from Fernando. That's insane. That's insane. I don't think that's a representative pace. I think more pace is to be there. I think Verstappen went quicker. A couple of tenths, he went quicker. Yeah, earlier I think he, when he briefly topped the timing sheet, it was in 133 something. So he is finding more lap time, which is a good sign. Let's see how much more he can do. He is currently on the edge of like 133. So he definitely found a few tenths, at least. I mean, I don't exactly remember the previous lap time. Let's see what Osama bin Russell can do. Last time out in Azerbaijan, he was a bit sick. So we will see what Osama bin Russell pulls out of the bag. I have to speak closely to the mic. Otherwise, I have to scream and then people around me get worried. So George Russell now. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Wow, George Russell is horrible. By 2 sectors, he is a second down on Fernando Alonso. I mean, I know that Fernando did it on the mediums and Russell is on the hards, but at the same time, you shouldn't be a second down within 2 sectors. around the streets of Singapore. So early signs for Mercedes not looking good. But Kimi Antonelli has found some pace. So let's see. Oh my god. What happened to George? He completely fucked up the lap. He didn't even go faster. Something happened to George. So we have to keep an eye on him. Lewis Hamilton is on another flying lap. He is on a personal best sector 1. Again, this is another driver that I'm focusing on for this weekend because he is grieving the loss of his best friend Roscoe. He's a little bit squirrely out of some corner. The problem with like commentating on what I see in Singapore is that the corners are kind of the same. Every corner in Singapore, because it's a street circuit, it's so narrow. I only know like the under the bridge area because it's under the bridge. But apart from that, all of the turns kind of look the same to me around Singapore. It's very difficult. Oh my god. He is around the time of Max Verstappen. So we can have a Hamilton versus Verstappen around the streets of Singapore. So we can see what happens. We will have a Hamilton versus Verstappen because so far Lewis and Max are pretty close to one another. So it's going to be nice. Lando Norris is just flying. Ahead of him is Yuki Tsunoda, who gets the fuck out of the way. Or was it Max? Lando Norris, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. He is on hot tires. Holy shit. The Red Bull are now gonna know the real pace of McLaren. So I think Norris is gonna blast past Fernando. By how much we will see, and by how much pace was that? Holy shit. Not good, boys. Not. I mean, Lando didn't go significantly faster than Fernando, only a tenth. But if you consider the tire difference, that's insane because Norris did purple sectors, all sectors. Now Verstappen on the same tire is half a second behind him over the lap, which is fucking horrible, which means like 7 positions. But if he's best of the rest, then he can line up P3 on the grid, and with a good start on the softs, then he can snatch the lead. But we will see. Someone ran off. So Lewis Hamilton was a little bit squirrely out of some corner. And yeah, that was not ideal, definitely. Yeah, a little bit squirrely. I mean, Ferrari and Verstappen will find some extra performance, but so far for Mercedes, things are not looking good. Bearman. And also, I'm very interested in Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson because I need them to get in the way of the McLaren drivers. We need all 4 of the Red Bull drivers to make this championship fight interesting. Max Verstappen alone cannot do it. In 2021, we had Sergio Perez helping him, and also Fernando Alonso helped Max Verstappen in Hungary by defending against Lewis Hamilton. If Hamilton had won in Hungary, then that's like 7 points extra or something like that, and he would have won the world championship. Something like that. So here also, around the streets of Singapore, we need everyone, both of the Racing Bull drivers, both of the Ferrari drivers, to get in the way of the McLaren boys. But if McLaren are going to be that fast, I mean, they are way too fast. Oh, Max Verstappen closed the gap. Oh my god, thank god. Okay, so now Verstappen is on. Okay, oh my god. I didn't take a look at the timing sheets. Fuck. So Verstappen has closed the gap, and he is dead on. He is very close to Lando Norris. There is almost no time between them. The only reason why Norris is ahead of Verstappen in the standings right now is because he has a super fast and super stable car. Verstappen has now gone to the pit. He has not gone to the pits. He's, I think, on a cool down lap. But if he goes to the pits, they're going to make some setup changes, and I hope he finds a few more tenths around the lap. Let's see what Osama bin Russell can do. He's now a second behind the leader. Their pace is not looking good, man. I think they're not good in these slow corners, high traction. I don't think they're good at that. Usually people say that Mercedes are not good when it is hot, but yeah, that's true. But another weakness is they're not good around slow tracks. In Hungaroring, I don't remember exactly where the Mercedes were in Hungaroring, but I think, yeah, I mean, I don't think they were that competitive in Hungaroring. Who won in Hungary? Oscar Piastri was, I think, B4. No, no, no. In Hungaroring, Oscar Piastri won. Leclerc was P4. George Russell had a podium. Okay, so they were good in Hungary. They were shit in Monaco, and George got that penalty in Monaco. So that happened in Monaco. Okay, like I mean, either way, we need to see. I mean, Hungaroring is still, I don't think that's that much of a slow track. But yeah, Singapore is truly exposing. I mean, even after that lap, he's only P9, dude. Let's see what Lawson can do. Lawson needs to find some fucking pace, man. I'm really rooting for Lawson because of what he has been through. I want him on the grid next year because he is just good at spicing things up. So far, he's on a personal best. Sector 1, Sector 2, cuts the beam. Ha! He fucked up the third sector because of traffic. There was a lot of traffic. So Liam Lawson fucks up the final sector due to traffic. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton is, I think, on another lap. He is now half a second behind the leader, who is Norris, and I think he can definitely find some pace, a few tenths at least, because Leclerc is only a tenth behind. So at least Lewis Hamilton definitely can find a few tenths of pace. We will see what happens. I think he can do that. We need Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen on the front row. That'll be a dream start, bro. That will be, because it's gonna be great, because Lewis Hamilton will be trying to win to dedicate this to Roscoe, and then he fucked up the middle sector. Okay, I think he's taken it slow. I think he's abandoned the lap. Yep. Lewis Hamilton abandons the lap after kind of messing up a few corners in the middle sector. It is what it is. Verstappen is in the pits, and so is Norris. But the real fight is between Hajar sets purple sector 1. Isaac Hajar, purple sector 1. I repeat, this is not a drill. Isaac Hajar, purple sector 1. He is now 6 tenths behind. 6.5 tenths behind the race leader. He is finding tremendous amount of pace. Come on. Purple sector 2, baby. Let's go. Oh, okay, personal best sector 2. Not that bad. More than a tenth faster than Norris at this point. Come on, baby. Come on, Isaac. Isaac is just on fire. And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what I was talking about when I was talking in a previous video, that these Racing Bull guys need to get in the way, and this is a track where it can happen. Come on, Isaac. Oh, Isaac Hajar, P3. He fucked up the last sector, though. He fucked up the last sector. So one thing Isaac needs to do is to maintain the temperature properly on the tires throughout the lap. That has been a little bit of his area of improvement. He actually nails it from time to time, and those are the moments in which he is just a beast in qualifying. But sometimes that can be difficult to nail when you are running the softs, because the grip wears out too quickly when you're pushing that hard. But I definitely think he can get it. Isaac Hajar, P3. Half a tenth behind Lando Norris. Not bad. So if Norris and Piastri kind of mess up their final Q3 runs, which is plausible, maybe there's a yellow flag here, maybe there's a crash there, maybe there's a red flag there, which can happen because it's windy. Saturday is gonna be windy. So Fernando Alonso, did he abandon his lap? Yeah, he abandoned his lap under the bridge. Let's see what Liam Lawson can do. Okay, Liam Lawson is on his lap because he fucked up his previous run. Oh my god, he is horrible. He has, I mean, he is on a personal best, I guess. But this is the thing with Liam Lawson, man. He's not quick at extracting the pace of the car. he needs a few laps in, he needs to dial in, he needs to, only then he can find the true pace to put the car ahead. And that's the problem. Goes up to P7. Not bad. Almost as fast as Yuki Tsunoda. He is not that far behind Yuki Tsunoda in terms of lap time. Obviously, he is exactly behind Yuki Tsunoda in the standings, but also in terms of lap time, he is quite close to the Japanese driver. Okay, now nobody's on the track, everybody's in the garage, so we can chill. The only thing that can make this race interesting, so Mercedes are gonna be shit. That's how it looks. Ferrari needs to find a bit more pace, especially Lewis Hamilton. Something is wrong. They need to go and fix some things in the car. A lot of Oscar Piastri fans in the grandstands, like whatever. But yeah, Mercedes needs to find some pace. Carlos Sainz scored 15 points in Baku, compared with 16 points in the rest of the 2025 season. Wow, that's just a depressing statistic. That just, I mean, it's depressing because how horrible Carlos's initial parts of the season have been. I mean, so much bad luck. That's just insane. So much DNFs where he did nothing wrong. Then he got penalty where he did nothing wrong. That penalty got overturned, but obviously the results like is already gone, right? He served the penalty in the race, which fucked his race. You cannot undo that. So a lot of bad luck. Fernando Alonso, purple sector 1 medium tires. I think they're just preparing for qualifying from right now. They're just gonna find, I think the Aston Martin people, they're just running both of the cars in mediums to unlock the true pace and the right balance. And once that is done, because the hot tire is gonna hold, Fernando can drive it, and they can know from the reaction of others if the hot tire is a good tire. But we will see. We will see. Fernando Alonso is lighting it up. He has found more pace. Ooh, he goes fastest of everybody. Holy shit, 132.0 around the streets of Singapore. Great lap by Fernando. A lot of Mexican fans for Aston Martin, which is weird. Are like, who are some key Mexican people in Aston Martin? Carlos Sainz starts his time lap. The unicorns are on his rear wing. Oh, purple middle sector. Carlos Sainz is on the medium tires, and he has done a purple middle sector. And now he is faster than Fernando Alonso by 10th and a bit. And it's the medium tires, but whatever. But Verstappen is pretty close to Norris on the hot tires. So in race pace, I think the Red Bull is gonna be fine. Compared to Norris, Piastri is nowhere. Oh my god. Like Carlos Sainz breaks into the 1 minute 31s, the first driver to do so. And a couple of tenths faster than his Spanish countryman Fernando Alonso. Andrea Kimi Antonelli, last time out in Baku, he had a great result. Let's see what can he do in terms of drive. He's on the purple tires. He should be in the, I mean, he should actually be the fastest now. but he is not doing anything remarkable. He has to be in the top three at least. I mean, he has to be third. If Kimi Antonelli is not at least third on this lap, oh my god, they're not gonna be third. He is about half a second down by the first two sectors, so he's gonna be he's gonna be like P4, maybe P5. He's gonna be P5. How shit. Yeah. But Isaac Hajar is a motherfucker. So Isaac Hajar, I'm excited about Isaac Hajar's pace. He's P6. Wow. Okay, I was almost right. So the Mercedes are just struggling to find the right balance in like either of the car. So they need to find more. Sorry. Yeah. Mercedes are shit. Race pace wise at least, because they are now running the hard tires. So far, things are interesting. Lando Norris and Max Verstappen are close. Now, some might say that we don't know the fuel loads, like whatever. I think the fuel loads are going to be comparable. If the fuel loads were not comparable, then we will see a huge discrepancy in the lap time. Maybe Verstappen had a little bit of less fuel compared to Lando, but both of them did one lap, one push lap, and came back. So I don't think the team overloaded the cars with too much fuel. And even if there was fuel, it was like probably a few kilograms here and there, which really doesn't matter much if you think about it. But now let's see. Let's see what happens. Lance Stroll is P16 while Fernando Alonso is P2. This reminds me of Monaco 2023 qualifying. Not bad in the first sector. So I think Lando Norris is gonna be around Kimi Antonelli. Wow, that's bad. But he's on the soft tires and he's still slower than Carlos Sainz. Holy shit, this guy's so shit, man. He is horrible. They need to fire Stroll at this point because it's going to affect the overall constructor stand. Like, this is the problem with the team that Lance Stroll is in. Any team that Lance Stroll is in, they're usually so shit and unreliable that it really doesn't matter that Lance Stroll underperforms season after season. You know what I mean? Because right now, on the soft tires, he is 8 tenths down in the first two sectors from a guy who did it on medium tires. In soft tires, he is 8 tenths down than a medium tires guy within the first two sectors, ladies and gentlemen. That's just horrible, man. I mean, yeah, maybe he has not found the balance yet, the right balance and the right setup, but it's absolutely horrible. Yep. This is just bad, man. He needs to go and study a little bit harder. Let's see what Kimi Antonelli's key moment into turn the last oh, there was a little bit of wobble. Okay, so Kimi Antonelli, his bad lap time, it was because he lost it in turn one. So in turn one, while taking the corner, he lost it. He had a slide, which warmed up the tire surface temperature, which increased the tire surface temperature massively, and then he got fucked. You know, for the rest of the life, he didn't have much traction. It's a high traction race. If the rears are fucked, then you're fucked. Charles Leclerc, purple sector 1 on the soft tires. Let's see. Right now we are seeing the qualifying pace, I guess, representative qualifying pace. In terms of race pace, Verstappen is there with the McLarens. We got it. This is good. Max Verstappen on par with the McLaren in race pace. Now Verstappen starts his flying lap. I think he's gonna do purple sector 1. Let's go, Maxi. Oh my god. Charles Leclerc is flying. The Ferrari is flying. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2. A little bit of wobble under the bridge. Norris starts his flying lap on the soft tires. Now he sets the fastest first sector. Carlos Sainz provisionally on P1 in the practice sessions with 131.2. Max Verstappen not that quick at all. Fuck, man. The qualifying pace is horrendous if this is the qualifying trim that they're running, the initial qualifying trim. So usually this is what happens in the practice sessions in Formula 1 for the initial 20 minutes or something. They try to find the right balance for the race. And then once they maximize that pace, they just fit the soft tires to see if the qualifying performance is good in that setup. Then they make some adjustments to find the middle ground, which is refined further in the second practice session. And then third practice session, it's actually primarily about qualifying. In second practice, they follow the similar strategy as FP1 to find the right middle ground between the perfect race setup and the perfect qualifying setup. But in FP3 is primarily about qualifying because it's the session after that, and that's all you can do. Oscar Piastri is not quick at all. He's struggling at this track. So far, he has not been that close to Norris at all. Charles Leclerc goes P1. Lando Norris is 4/10 down Charles Leclerc, which means the Ferrari pace is real. Oscar Piastri could only manage P6, a couple of positions behind Max Verstappen. So Oscar Piastri, if he doesn't find some good performance by the end of the session and finds the comfort with the car, then it's gonna be horrible. He's going to lose points to Lando. Because Lando is a threat, we can laugh at Lando as much as we want, but if Oscar Piastri doesn't challenge him and Max Verstappen is too slow because of the car, then Lando is just gonna fly away. And all he needs to do is just outscore Oscar Piastri consistently, put the pressure on, and the mistakes will come. Oscar can act as cool as a cucumber as much as possible, but he ain't, man. There are some chinks in the armor. He's only human. He said it himself. In the Thursday press conference and the media interviews. He said that I'm only human, and these mistakes happen, which means there are some chinks in his armor. If under too much pressure, he's gonna make mistakes. So far it looks like Piastri is not quick. Saying something on the way? So Oscar Piastri just came on the radio and said that the car understeers like a motherfucker. George Russell is still shit. He has lost a second to Charles Leclerc by the first two sectors, even though he is on a personal best on the mediums. So that's just disappointing, man. The car doesn't have pace. Kimi Antonelli is decent, P9, but Russell is so far struggling too much. But I don't know. Oh my god, horrible. Horrible. Mercedes are going to be horrible. So fuck Mercedes. They're going to lose points to Ferrari. But we need Lewis Hamilton to perform and respond well. Let's see what he can do. Both of the Ferraris are on track. Where is Lewis? Esteban Ocon is struggling. Yeah, he is doing some corrections. He's just around turn 14. Turn 15. Turn 16. He's going well. He's going well. Don't go to the runoff area, buddy. Under the bridge and towards the penultimate corners. That looked pretty clean, though. That looked pretty clean. P11, not bad. Not bad for the Frenchman. Esteban Ocon, P11. I think the Haas also are going to struggle. Yep. In qualifying, if they're here in Singapore, you're not going to make much grounds. The big problem with Racing Bulls is Isaac Hadjar. The guy needs to find some time. Not Isaac Hadjar, Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson needs to find some fucking time. Yuki Tsunoda has found some time. Not Yuki. Hadjar has found some time. I'm a little bit high, so I'm just mixing up the names a little bit. Norris is a little bit good at exiting the corners, so that's why he is good. In braking, Norris still has a very marginal advantage, but in exiting the corners, he's good. That's where Norris's advantage comes in. This is the problem with Oscar Piastri. Now we are seeing the chinks in his game. You know what I mean? The chinks in his armor, I guess. So Oscar Piastri is not that good as Lando into the enters, into the braking. Norris is good. Lewis Hamilton, purple sector 1. Whoa, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Lewis Hamilton, purple sector 1. Let's go, fucking baby. Ferrari. Oh my god, he had a slide around turn 4, I think. Not turn 4, I think somewhere in sector 2. Oh my god, no. I hope that didn't cost him too much. This was good. This was decent. Charles Leclerc goes even faster in first sector. Found some extra time. I think Ferrari are going to be the team to beat, man. So far looking like it. I mean, obviously it's too early to tell, but I think Ferrari can be the team to beat. Lewis Hamilton, only a tenth and a bit slower, but Charles Leclerc is improving too. Closest to the wall in turn 14, Charles Leclerc 3 centimeters. Let's see what Lewis. Lewis is just jittery, man. Turn 14 to turn 16, he's just not good. He fucked it up. He fucked it up in the last few sequences of the corners. He's not able to steer the car properly. I mean, this is the thing with Lewis. You know, he has been struggling with the balance mid corner. The thing with these ground effect cars is that mid corner you can't be slow. You have to just carry that speed. You cannot touch the apex. You have to leave a little bit of gap to the apex in the like in the middle of the corner. And that's not Lewis's style of driving. Isaac Hadjar goes again, cuts the beam P3. Holy shit. Max Verstappen, purple sector 2. He fucked up the first sector, but this will definitely give us some insight. Red Bull has found again some extra pace. He's now improving. Like this is what we need to know. Second fastest, 10th down to Charles Leclerc. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Max Verstappen has found some pace, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what we need to see. If he's in the mix, because in the hard tires he was P2 behind Norris, and in the soft tires he is P2 behind Leclerc. So Verstappen has the same problem happened with Leclerc, man. Leclerc also abandoned his lap, just pushing so much. But Isaac Hadjar did a great job. P4 now, not that bad. Half a second behind Charles Leclerc, and crucially ahead of Oscar Piastri. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, even if Oscar Piastri So Lewis Hamilton just impeded Oscar Piastri, and Oscar Piastri said on the radio that, okay, I hope Ferrari invents mirrors one day. That was a nice jab. That was a nice jab. Oscar Piastri takes no prisoners, you know. They talk shit a lot. And this is the thing. In first practice session, you're not that competitive. I mean, obviously I understand that in F1 and in driving in general, if someone gets in the way, I mean, it's just the amount of rage that goes through your body is insane. But I'm just saying, Piastri seems to be getting a bit irritated by these type of things. I mean, he had his weekend getaway with his girl. Good for him. But I think he should have gone to Mexico to do some drugs. Maybe go to some strip clubs and shit. Who knows? That would have helped. Anyway, Oscar Piastri starts a new lap, push lap, on a personal best so far. Let's see how close Oscar can get to Lando Norris, because for him this is the priority. McLaren, I don't think, are going to be the quickest on this track. I think it's going to be Ferrari, but Lewis Hamilton still is struggling to find the right balance. Mercedes are still running the mediums while everybody else has shifted to softs. Also, the Williams of Carlos and the Williams and the Aston Martin of Fernando are on the mediums. But either way, Mercedes are still running the mediums. George Russell only P8. I mean, they are making some progress. I'm not gonna lie, but it's very marginal. I think they're gonna be behind the midfield. Oscar Piastri P3, but behind Max Verstappen. So Piastri has found some pace. They need to find at least 3 tenths. At least 3 tenths. Yeah, they need to find at least 3 tenths to close the gap. Not just to close the gap, but to get ahead decisively of the field and secure pole position. I mean, they're not as fast, man. I mean, at least not now. It's not gonna rain though in Singapore. One of the key things that we need to keep in mind is that it never rains in Singapore except for that one time where both of the Ferraris and Max Verstappen crashed. I think it was 2017. And like, unless it's some crazy day like that, it has to be a very exceptional day. Bortoleto is doing a good lap. P16, not bad for him. Fernando Alonso on the soft tires, personal best. Okay, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Fernando Alonso is now the fastest on the track at 10th and a half ahead of Ferrari. And Oscar Piastri touched the wall in turn 16 or turn 17, I think. Ooh, he did. Front right. Yes, a little bit. Also a little bit of the rear right. So the right side of the car, he touched it turn 17 or turn 18, whatever. The last corner under the bridge. So this is going to be tricky, because if he continues to push like that hard and it doesn't work out, he misjudges the braking by a couple of inches, he's gonna be in the wall. And if he is in the wall, then game on, and Max Verstappen could still win. I think Red Bull will still find some pace. It's still too early to tell. I mean, the first practice session is insane. Fernando Alonso is just on another level, 10th and a bit ahead of everybody. Who else? Who else? I mean, right now, I think we need a good time. Oh, wow. Fastest sector 1 by Leclerc, fastest sector 2 by Norris, and fastest sector 3 by Fernando Alonso. And Norris is P5, while Leclerc and Alonso are like 2 and 1. Norris is shit, man. Norris needs to find some pace. Piastri needs to do better because they are supposed to be the fastest car around here. They just cannot find the right balance. Tom Clarkson said that Red Bull are still developing the car. I believe him. I think McLaren has stopped developing and Red Bull have now invested some XP points into car improvement, and I think now they're doing a great job. Carlos Sainz, horrible lap so far. Yeah, the Williams is gonna struggle. Initially, it looked like it's gonna be a good weekend, but I think they're just struggling massively. Yeah, he's not even doing a personal best. Yeah, this is just bad. This is bad. He is six. Carlos Sainz is multiple seconds slower than his previous lap. Like 5 seconds. He was like 6 seconds slower. Yeah, he's like 6 seconds slower Carlos Sainz than his previous lap, so he didn't even fucking improve. Pierre Gasly is on a personal best. I mean, Alpine has publicly accepted on social media that the remainder of the season is gonna be difficult, which is a different way of saying that our car is shit and we will do nothing about it. So that's that. But good to see that Pierre Gasly is improving his personal best, because that's, I guess, that's what. I mean, that's the only thing that's left to look at, right? Tonight I'm gonna release another video, not release another video, but like do the prediction video and the reaction video to the both the practice sessions, because right now there's a live stream, and then I'm gonna take a short break, and then I will do the FP2 live stream, and yeah. Pierre Gasly has spent 8 years in Formula One so far. Wow, great job to him. Ted Kravitz is saying something. I usually don't listen to that because I want to do my own commentary and give my own insights. Charles Leclerc is hustling Fernando Alonso. He's on another time lap, I think. Has he started it, or is he? Oh yeah, he has started it. Turn 5. Ooh, yeah, he could have taken a little bit more extra curb in turn 6. It was too tight. But either way. Turn 7. Oh, that's nice. He is very stable. If you compare Leclerc's onboard with Lewis's onboard, Lewis is just like indulging in steering corrections. I mean, Leclerc's lap time is shit. Fucked up the first sector. But yeah, Lewis is just not finding the right balance in the car. I think Leclerc can definitely use more of the track. I think he is leaving a little bit of the margin, and this is the problem. This is where Verstappen is gonna pip him. Yeah, the track has downgraded, I think, because Charles Leclerc now is also multiple seconds slower than his previous lap. So I don't know, for some reason track performance has become shit. The car has become slower for some reason. Under the bridge, yeah, because Leclerc right now is multiple seconds slower. So I don't know, something happened to the track. Did it become high tech suddenly? Holy shit. Leclerc just went 4.5 seconds slower than his previous lap. This is unbelievable. Charles Leclerc's depressing statistic: he has led more laps than any other driver at Singapore without ever winning the race. That's fucking Red Bull second driver shit right there. Something happened with Gabriel Bortoleto. Was he impeded by someone or what? Yeah. Gabriel Bortoleto is being impeded by Lando Norris. This can happen too if the McLaren drivers mistakenly impede someone. Then they can also get penalized. They can get like some grid penalty, and it can happen to the best of anyone. If Oscar Piastri gets a grid penalty, or Lando Norris, fucks into the barriers. I mean, Lando is not the big problem right now. Verstappen only needs to target Piastri. Let's say Piastri by mistake impedes someone, and he gets like a 3+ grid drop. He qualifies like P3 and gets 3+ grid drop P6. Verstappen is like P2 on the front row, who steals the lead from whoever's next to him and wins the race. I mean, it's gonna get closer. Yeah, I think the track has devolved or downgraded significantly. Or have these guys taken so much life out of the tires? But that also happened with Carlos Sainz, and he was on the mediums. Something happened to the track. Let me hear it. Yep. Isaac Hajar went like 6 seconds or 7 seconds slower than his previous lap. So the track definitely fucked up. I think like has the cooler temperatures affected the grip levels because the sun is setting around the streets of Singapore. So I think the track temperature has decreased. Maybe it is affecting the grip. And in this type of situations, Mercedes should have the pace. Let's see what George Russell can do. He's P11 at the moment. FP2 is gonna be more important. Russell is only 1.7 seconds slower than himself, than Fernando Alonso. I mean, Russell is also losing time. It's unbelievable. Mercedes are slower though. Mercedes are definitely not good, man. George Russell is P11 at the moment, and Antonelli is P14, which is even. I mean, it's P14 around Singapore. I mean, if you qualify there, it's just there are no points unless you're Max Verstappen, but usually there are no points. In the last year of the same regulation where the cars have converged, no way, no chance. Yeah, the track has devolved. George Russell is seemingly comfortable in the car. I mean, obviously, there's no way to know for reals. But yeah, let's see the lap time. I think he's going to be 35. I think 8 seconds slower than his original time. Yeah, 6.6. That's not bad. Based on how much time everybody is losing around their last runs, it's not that bad. And also, nobody seems to understand why. Like, why the track is like, don't you get better lap times as you put the rubber down? Oscar Piastri has started. Oh, he runs wide around like turn 3 or something. He runs over the curb, damaged the floor. Ran over the curb to damage his floor. Oscar Piastri is feeling the pressure, man. Touched the ball, yelled at Hamilton, which is, that's understandable. But now he just ran over the curbs in like turn 6 or whatever. And he dragged the floor with it. So that could be some damage. Ooh. He's right behind Isaac Hajar. I think both of them are doing a time lap. Isaac Hajar and Oscar Piastri. Ahead of him is Isaac Hajar, I think. Is it Hajar or Lawson? Oscar Piastri abandons his lap. And the session is over. Yeah. I mean, Piastri was doing something. Nobody is. Oh, some marshal is waving the checkered flag because the session is over. Gabriel Bortoleto is racing against Carlos Sainz, and Carlos Sainz run wide. Carlos says something. Oh, it's not Gabriel, it's Hulkenberg. So Hulkenberg and Carlos Sainz were racing while getting to a corner, and Oscar Piastri stepped over and ruined his floor. Oh, the racing bull ahead of him had a lockup, and then around the bridge he just stopped. Right, so great to see. This is a very exciting result. In conclusion, the Ferrari are quick. Lewis Hamilton needs to find a bit of balance. Fernando Alonso is magical because his teammate is P18 and he is P1, which is unbelievable. Then Max Verstappen is as quick as Max Verstappen is as quick as the McLarens, especially in the race pace, and seems that in the qualifying he's going to take it to the McLaren driver. So the title fight is on, man. The fight is on. and we will see. So I think the battle is going to be between Verstappen, Leclerc, Hamilton. So if Verstappen manages to get ahead of Leclerc and Hamilton in the race, then I think he's gonna win. And if both of the Ferraris remain faster than the McLarens, then both of the Ferraris will get in the way of the McLarens, and then Piastri will lose out. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, that's the first practice session. Very fun and exciting results. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I will see you in the next live stream for FP2 in a few hours.